Hey guys, this is your girl Jennifer Lynn, the Crown Jewel, and I am back with another YouTube video. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So, the title of this video is Was it my imagination or is this really my kingdom spouse? Was it my imagination or is this really my kingdom spouse? And this is a response that I got on one of my videos recently. So I am responding to someone who had a question around this topic. Okay. So I'm going to read the comment and then I'm going to give my opinion or advice on the matter. And so it reads I stopped having dreams of my kingdom spouse and me for many months now. I don't know if I just wish so bad for it to be us that I dreamed about it. I notice when time goes by, it's like I move on and don't want to, but it becomes that natural. How do I still keep this promise in my vision and heart when I don't feel the love strong anymore because of the time that has passed by? I say to myself, maybe it was just my imagination because I wanted it so bad. And I don't think about him anymore so often or dream about it. People say you dream of what you think of. So this is really making me wonder. I really loved him when I was with him and 1 year after, but now after that time, I don't feel that love anymore like it used to. So it's hard to want and to pray for something that you don't think or feel about anymore. How do I overcome this? So, for the response to this comment and these questions, for the person, if they happen to hear this video, or if you are someone that is dealing with something similar where, you were really all in the beginning, where you were really in love with this person, you guys separated, you were still like hanging on, believing that God was going to bring you guys back together. As time went by, now it's like you don't think about your spouse anymore. You don't know if you want the love anymore. You don't pray because you don't really feel anything anymore. So there's a couple things that I can see that is going on with this. So for this person, what I want you to do, or if you're someone that has a similar situation going on, I want you to take out a piece of paper and I want you to write down all the confirmations that God has given you. Okay. Write down every single confirmation that God has given you. Okay. So, based on those confirmations, if you know that God has told you that this is your spouse, you continue to stand the best way you can. You continue to pray as much as you can. Sometimes within this journey, there's going to be periods where, you may not pray as much. You still want to pray, even if you don't feel like it. You still want to pray and cover your spouse even if you don't feel like it, because they belong to God before they belong to you. So for instance, your prayer should really be that they are coming back to God, not coming back to you, because they can't even come back to you until they go back to God first. So are you able to at least pray for their salvation, because they have to first get it right with God? It's like I said, it's normal. What else is going on in your life right now? What else are you dealing with? Some things are there's other major situations that have your attention right now. A lot of times when we have other things going on, we're not going to focus on our spouses as much. I'll be the first one to tell you, when I have certain things going on that's keeping me busy, yeah, I still pray for my spouse, I still think about them, but sometimes I'm so tied up with other things. My spouse doesn't always have my mind like that. And to be honest with you, your spouse should not have your mind like that anyway. So, my real question is again, what are you doing right now? Are you diving in purpose? Because that's really what God wants you to focus on. It sounds like to me that things are moving in a positive direction in your life right now. Okay. And so, if that is the case and you're thinking about your spouse less, I'm hoping and believing that you are diving into purpose. You're doing some of the other things that God told you to start doing. But yeah, we're gonna have those periods regardless, where you know we may really be engaged in prayer and really covering and standing for our spouses, and then that may let up some. Now, you also have to be careful that this is not witchcraft. Okay, you also have to be careful that this is not witchcraft, and this is why you have to pay attention to the voice of God, what He's telling you, and pay attention to your dreams, because somebody could possibly be doing witchcraft on you to pull you away from the connection when it comes to your spouse. This has happened to me, so I can speak about it. When you go through periods where you feel like you don't want it anymore, but you know that God has told you that this is the person that He has created for you, but still you have these periods, where you feel like you don't want it. You have to make sure that that is not witchcraft. So pay attention to your dreams. That's basically what I can give you. I would need to know more about the situation if you need further help. So you would have to probably sign up for a coaching session, but it is normal to have those periods where we're not thinking about our spouses so much. Like I said, God wants us focused on purpose anyway. I can't tell you how many things have come together in my life when I'm not focused on them so much. God wants us focused on Him, but He also wants us covering our spouses, still praying for them. And if you feel like that God has told you that this is your person, but you feel like you can't pray for the union to come back together. Start with praying for their salvation, because this is really what this is all about. Praying for their salvation and that they will surrender to God. And we should really be able to do that for anybody, any and everybody, not just somebody that we are to marry, if that makes sense. As believers, we are supposed to be praying for other people, encouraging them, giving them words of wisdom, things of that sort. So I would not feel bad, but to me, it sounds like, I don't know, I just get the feeling that you're like in a positive place based on what you were saying. And you're thinking less about your spouse, maybe because you're working on some other things. So I would love to know more about that. But this is going to start with what God told you about this person. That's what it starts and end with. What did God say? Okay, whatever God said, like, and this is probably telling you guys too much, but there's been times, like I said, I have not wanted to stand. But at the end of the day, I had to submit to the will of God. I think we have all been in that place where we have not wanted to stand for this journey anymore because of XYZ. I had to submit to the will of God despite what it looked like, despite what my spouse was doing, despite what I was going through, whatever else was going on in my life. I gave God my word that I was going to stand. So, again, what did God tell you about this person? What did God tell you? That's going to be the key answer to all of this. So I hope that was helpful. This is your girl, Jennifer Lynn, the Crown Jewel, and I will talk with you guys next time.